Right, what is up, YouTube? We are here with
Jad Hadar.
All right, sir, what'd you play today?
Played Satellerknights, going second Satellerknights.
And you got ninth place.
Ninth place, yes. X1-1.
You said?
Yeah, I lost my round one. I got super cocky when I should have won because I didn't want to show what I was playing, so I tried to just win through tanker tops, and he ended up drawing the outs, and I lost. So sad.
What were your matchups today?
Round one, Orcus. Round two, Endymion, Pendulum, and then round three, Zombies. Round four, Pendulum. Round five, Pendulum. Round six, Thunder. Round seven, Orcus, and then round eight, Prank Kids. Prank Kids.
Okay.
I was not expecting it at all.
Let's give your shout-outs really fast, too.
Shout out to this man here, Fredo Hadar, my cousin. He came with me, hooked me up with a lot of stuff. You know, he was just convinced me not to leave earlier, you know, after losing my round one very sadly. Yeah.
All right, let's dig on into this.
All right. So, actually yesterday when I was testing for the deck, I lost every single die roll and decided to change every single card in my deck. So there's about 15 cards of the same. So this is what it turned out to be. So triple Ash. Yeah.
Not feet.
Triple Ash, and then double DE Crow. And
Like this.
honestly, it was really good against everything that wasn't Pendulum. It was okay against the monster they sent, but I never saw it to use on their monster. But against Orcus, it came up. Prank Kids never saw it. Yeah, it was just there.
Okay.
And then triple Panker Tops.
Of course, this card's MVP, right?
Yes, this card, this with Super Poly, you just break boards. Like, they can't out it. So that was it for the hand traps, and then we go into the Satellerknight for triple Unuk, standard. He's the Foolish Burial, you have to run him. Without him, your Skybridge is offline, the deck just doesn't work.
Okay.
So and then triple Deneb, he's like what you want to see.
Okay.
And then here's the Garnet, Altair, triple Altair. You have to play 3 just so you have resources, but
This ratio is a little bit bigger than I'm used to seeing, because I'm used to seeing one Ukulai and things like
no. One Unuk, you just can't, like, I'll show you why after. It's mostly because Skybridge and then all the continuous revival traps you run.
Okay.
It doesn't work if you only have one, because it's one of your starter cards, essentially. So this is something I changed earlier. I used to run one Vega, but for going second, double Vega, because it just helps with breaking boards. First turn trigger, nice.
How many times did this get impermed?
So actually, it got impermed, and I'll go into the next card I played. So Vega got impermed, and I chain Satellerknight Skybridge to target this, special summon another Teller from deck, and then shuffle this back in, and I get the effect. And then Vega still is live because imperm isn't Ash or anything good. So Skybridge, this card, won games. Every time I got Veilered or impermed, I just smiled and then chained this.
Did you consider playing 3 of it?
No, because you don't want to see 2, especially if you're running so much hand traps. It was just good if you saw it. If you didn't see it, it's like I can side it out for the spice in the side. So, yeah, that's enough for the tellers. And then double Cosmic Cyclone. We don't like Orcus.
Card's good.
And
It's
then,
one now.
yeah, it's really good. I was considering bumping up to 3, but I decided to go with the third Panker Tops over it.
Okay.
So, one Rhoda would be 3, but it's not at 3. And then triple Super Poly. So this card won me every single game against, I don't know if any of the people I versed with Pendulum are here, but every game I won, it was because I drew Super Poly. Super Poly or evenly matched. This card, like, they had like a board of like 6 negates, and I'm just like, okay, Super Poly, take 2, and then I would just summon Panker Tops or something and just win. And it was really good. I like Super Poly a lot. I decided to add all these cards later. Yesterday, actually, like right before I was coming out. Okay, onto the traps. Triple Impermanence, just another hand trap. If this was like a week ago, I wouldn't have had these, but they actually really came up clutch. I actually impermanent someone 3 times in one duel, and that actually won me a game. He was playing zombies, and I impermed his Unazombie, impermed his Unazombie, and then impermed his whatever the big guy is that he specials from Grave on standby phase. And then triple evenly matched. So we're trying to go second, we're trying to break boards.
Sir, what if you draw this all of your continuous trap cards in your deck?
It's still good. You go second. You say battle phase, and you see your opponent's tears just start flowing. And once you show them Satellerknights and this, they're confused. They let you go second, game 2, and then that's where this comes in handy because they see I'm not really playing many traps other than like these. You have to play triple alpha.
Oh, absolutely.
MVP.
What's this thing do for those back home that don't remember this?
So you send one teller you control to the grave to negate activation, destroy the card, and then draw a card. So you can any of your monsters that you have Call the Haunted or Oasis on, when you Nova Alpha, you send a monster, these float. And so when these monsters float, you get to negate activation, destroy the card, draw, and then you get the extra resource of having a Call the Haunted float. All the continuous traps in this deck, which in the main is only 4 right now. It was 11 yesterday. I was running 25 traps yesterday before I changed it up. So that's it for the main. You want to move on to the side or extra?
Extra, please.
Extra, okay. So extra deck. I'm gonna start off with the MVP. So Satellerknight can Stellar Diamond. This card is an auto win against Orcus.
So what's this thing do?
They can't send cards from deck to grave. If a card would be added from grave to hand, it's banished instead. And if a dark monster activates its effect, not once per turn, detach one and negate the effect and destroy it. So you summon this first turn with like Call the Haunted and like Alpha or something. This is when you're going first, and then they have no outs. Like if you're versing an Orcus player, they actually have to like draw an insane hand to get over like counter trap plus this because they can't foolish. They can't even activate their nightmare. They can't even attempt to activate it to beat over my monsters.
Wow.
So this card was a blowout. I had it at 1, bumped it up to 2 because there's so many Orcus players at my locals, and yeah, they play Orcus. Gross. Anyway.
Orcus players really created a madman.
So anyway, other than that, this is MVP against Orcus. This is just MVP. Best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, hands down. When it's summoned, non-targeting bounces everything on field to hand, and then you can detach to make them discard a random card. When it's sent from field to grave, you special a teller from hand or grave, which you can make crazy plays on their turn with. If you Nova, send this, draw a card, resolve this effect to special Altair from grave, Vega from grave, and Deneb from hand, and you have 3 monsters on board, you've drawn a card, and you search an Altair for your next turn.
Pretty good.
Yeah, this card, I went into this, every duel I won, it was because of trigger. Like, I went into trigger, pretty much. So, Batlamias, essentially, he's a 2-card trigger, so you make him, you can detach, discard a card, and then you put this on top of him. He's essentially a trigger. I had this at 3, but I bumped it down for the super poly targets, which I have 3 of actually. So my salad matchup is actually pretty good. So I decided to go with all against Thunder Dragon and Pendulum and Orcus. So this card won me like 2 or 3 games, and then this card won me 1 game where I summoned him, I impermed some guys, or he activated his Heretic Seal, and then I like impermed or something, it somehow stayed on the field with 0 attack, and I just hit it for 5,800, and I won. I got the game for it. It was against Pendulum, and so yeah, Super Poly came in really clutch, just taking their monster off the board, and then 1 Tornado Dragon for Mystic Mine. Honestly, that's it. I hate that deck. Yeah, this you just change Mystic Mine and you can play the game. Dweller for it's just Dweller. You have to play it. I actually took out Cowboy for this, and then Tsukiyomi. I went into him once. He's kind of dead if you have an Alpha in hand, and like you set it to field. But he can if he can get you a Call the Haunted, then you're just plussing a lot. Like if you have this in Scythe in your hand, you discard Scythe to draw 2, and if you draw into Call the Haunted, you just end their turn on standby.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, the amount of times I dead drew Scythe, but it wasn't really dead because I either like carded Demise to discard it with Call the Haunted or Tsukiyomi to discard it. And every time I did that, it was just like, oh man, I feel bad. I don't know if the Inferno guy that I versed is here, but I resolved Lancia 3 times in one duel against him. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and he did not get to play the game. And that was because Tsukiyomi discarding it and then Sanctuming 1 and Call the Haunting 2 of them. So this card's nuts with Scythe. The one of Delteros, I made him against Pendulum like once. He's really good, but the thing is that he's not triggered, so you don't want to make him. And then the one of Link monster. So I just got back into the game, still kind of learning what these things do. Yes, this lets you summon more monsters from your extra deck. So you can link Trigger off this to special summon Trigger's effect from Grave, and it just lets you extend without just having a dead card on field, because you can no longer Trigger loop with like how you used to be able to, because if this is an extra deck monster zone, obviously it's like stuck there, you can't do anything. You have to link it out, use the effect to special summon another Teller, and then you can go off from there. But yeah, just the one thing. If I had better cards, I would play them. And then it's over. Yeah.
You're my hero.
What's up?
You're my hero.
Thank you. We're going to the side. So actually, all 15 of these cards were in my main deck yesterday.
Okay.
All 15. So, like I said, I spent 25 tracks. So, Imperial Order, double Crackdown. This was triple Crackdown. Triple Solemn Judgment. And then triple Artifact Sanctum. This card was nuts today, with the targets being double Lancia and Scythe. I had this at 3 before I put in the Sanctums, because it's just good against some meta decks, but 2 didn't really hurt, because if I didn't draw this, I'd do Sanctum, so I was still playing the game. And then the OG card that makes Satellerknight's card Demise. So I couldn't main this, because I just wanted to assume that I was going to lose every single dice roll. Because I only won 1 dice roll today, and the game got repaired. So I just assumed I was going second, and I did, and I had all my going second cards in, and that was the deck. Going second Tellers with, they see that you're playing evenly matched in Super Poly, so they decide to like let you go second game 2, or go first game 2, and I literally side 15 cards in against most matchups. The only thing is, like, against Pendulum, I didn't side these 2 cards in, but everything else, every single game for going first, I was siding these cards in. Every single time.
Alright, is there any final thoughts?
Yeah, Torcus, trash. Diamond's good. Shout out to the Prank Kids player. You know, he played really well, a great deck. Second best deck in the format. Sorry, it's not the first. Yeah, but yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Alright, sir, thank you very much.
Thanks.